Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Connecticut at your service. My name is Carmen Nieves, and I am your host. And each week, we bring on individuals who are making a difference not only in their own lives, but in the way that they serve our community and our businesses. And I, like every episode, I'm just increasingly surprised. Well, not surprised, but I'm empowered and grateful for all the individuals that I get to meet and who share their story and talk about how they are making Connecticut, Bridgeport that we are right here, and that's and Stratford and beyond, a better place for our families and our children to live, work, and play. And today I have the honor of introducing the Mr. Harry Bell, which everyone knows in our community as just someone who is a warrior, a champion, you know, an advocate for children, running programs. He's like, yes, but you don't have to say that, but it's me, and it is you. Doing many, many things in the community to make a difference and empower children. I could introduce you all day. I want you to tell us a little bit about just you and a little bit of your story and has made you the champion and the advocate that you are today. Harry Bell.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here.
I'm super excited, and just to tell you a little bit of my story. You know, I come from terrible beginnings, but terrible beginnings can build strong outcomes, and that's who I am. I come from a strong passion for wanting to just help others due to the fact of how I was brought up. My mom, young, died of AIDS. She was
sorry to hear that.
Yeah, she was addicted to drugs at a very young age. She died at 29. I actually made it past that age and feeling great because I was able to do something that my mom couldn't do, but she's living through me. But again, she died of AIDS from drugs. She was addicted to drugs. When she had me, she left me in the hospital. I was considered what they called back then a crack baby. I had to stay in the hospital for about 3 to 4 days so they can drain the crack out of my system. And the 5th day, my aunt, who I call Mom, grew up with her named Marvita Bell, who I loved dearly, and always looked at me as hers. But, you know, as a kid, you realize something ain't right, you know, and me realizing at a young age that, you know, I didn't look like my siblings like that I called my sisters and brother. I was a little dark skinned, little rough hair, and, you know, they was brown skinned, pretty good hair, and I knew something was different because the lady who that was supposed to be my aunt, she would see me and play closer attention to me, as if not as if that's my nephew. It was something more I knew, you know. And I was a little embarrassed because when she did show the attention that she was giving me, she was under the influence. So as a kid, I used to run away when she was trying to show me passion, show me the motherly love that I was missing as a kid. But that right there just made me stronger.
And she saw something in you that maybe you didn't see then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like sometimes we don't know where our blessings come from, and you are absolutely a blessing to this community.
Oh man, I'm super excited to put in the work. You know, I always say, you know, a gift that I created for my son was meant for thousands of children. So, you know, and that's what got it started, too.
Listen, before you start, you better not make me cry, because your story is just so empowering, and I'm so humbled to have you on the show because I know you've been on big and greater shows and you're doing amazing. So tell me, continue.
First of all, small platform, big platform. Whenever I get a chance to share my story, because there are a lot of individuals that's going through what I'm going through, but holding it in. So whenever I get a chance to share my story, because I believe I'm no different than the other kid that's watching on a TV screen that's scared to share their story. But if I share my story, they find some type of similarity in it and feel comfortable of saying, if Mr. Bell can do it, I can do it.
I'm not the only one.
Yeah, so there's no platform that I look at that's big, so I shouldn't share it or should not share it, because at the end of the day, you don't know who's watching.
And you're somebody that anybody asks you to share your story, you do, because there's no shame in that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
you've used what's happened in your past as like a weapon to fight the future, you know, and pave the way.
Yes.
So you mentioned something really important that I want to go kind of back to. You mentioned that the work that you did was basically because of your son. So tell me a little bit about you, your family, your children, because I see your Facebook posts sometimes, and I know how very proud you
Yeah.
are to be a dad.
Yeah. So I created a son from a book. I did create a son.
You did, right?
Yes. But I created the book for my son.
Tell me about the book.
It's called Color a Positive Thought. It's a book that everyday kids go through and how to turn the negative situations into positive. That book changed my life, you know. It was a gift for my son, but some gifts are not meant to be hold individual. It's supposed to be for the world. And that book is, as I can see now, because where God has taken me, that book was meant for a higher purpose.
That is amazing. So do you have other children other than your son?
Yes. As I have a daughter, I have a stepdaughter. Actually, both of my son will be 18 on the 29th. My daughter will be 4 on the 26th.
Oh, there's a big gap there.
Yeah. And I have a stepdaughter as well that I took on the wonderful role of being that something that she was missing to take place, and she actually helped me be the man I am today. She actually gave me the first view of being a daddy to a daughter. So she helped me be the father that I am for my 4-year-old through her.
If you get me crying, Harry, we're gonna have some problems here. So I just think that this is amazing. So so because of that coloring, and it's a coloring book, right?
Yes.
Because of that book that you did, that this was just something that you were doing, of gifting to your son. Tell me some of the places and some of the things that you've done, or where that coloring book has taken you, because you've come far and wide, my friend.
Yes, the first I'm think like wow moment that the coloring book gave me was when it was adopted by the city of Bridgeport.
I remember that.
Yeah. So every school, every kid that's in the Bridgeport Public School a few years ago, from the sweet grade of kindergarten to like 5th, had my book. So it was kind of crazy, like a surreal, to be walking in the city and seeing people, not knowing that it was from me, but seeing them with my coloring book, coloring. It was just surreal. So that was the first surreal moment. And then the second surreal moment was when my book was in Africa, being used in schools in Africa. I was like, wow, I never been to Africa, but my book been there. So that was another second surreal moment. And the third was when I had to got national attention by being on the Taraji P. Henson show, Peace of Mind.
That is amazing. And it just goes to tell you, I mean, you didn't set out to change the world in the way that you have. It was just really, you were trying to change the life of one person, your son.
Yeah.
I have to tell you, that is so humbling. This city, just in general, needs more people like you to step up to say, this is what I'm going to do. And you've done many, many things I want to hear about. So I know that you do a sailing program for young people. I saw you on Facebook with, I don't know, it must have been hundreds of sneakers that you gave away to participants. To youth in the community. I've been to your movie night that you got use of the Trumbull Community Center over there in Trumbull Gardens, and you had a movie night with popcorn. I brought my grandkids, so I watch what you do. I see all that you do. So tell me a little bit about some of those programs, and tell us how can we find you to be a speaker, to find out about your programs. Can you give us the website?
Well, it's colorapositivethought.org. You can find out more information on my program. I have a building on Main Street, 4671, that is free programming, and just bring your kid there, have fun, get away from some of the things that they are dealing with as a preteen or a kid, because these kids go through a lot. I work in the school system. I see a lot. I've been through a lot. And everything that I base my program on is something that I wanted or did or experienced or as a child. So everything that I do is very personal to me, like the shoe drive that I started a couple years ago, because I remember as a kid, I wanted great shoes, but I couldn't get them. So at the end of the day, I know how I felt. So I said, my whole mission is I don't want no child to feel like I felt as a kid. So I'm passionate about trying to fix that void in that child life, because I was there, and I know the feeling. And some kids are not strong enough, how I was, to be able to climb the ladder and overcome that. So if I can be a small fix to some of the problems that I know our city youth is going through, I'm like, I'm just grateful. And again, I want kids to know that everything is started with a gesture. A gesture could change the world. And that's all my grandmother used to say. She said, this is what I want you to do. She said 3 things. She said, I want you to don't do drugs, don't get a record, and finish high school. Grandma, I did it. And that right there led me to reason why I can sit with people like yourself, people like Taraji, and just let kids know, let individuals know that, you don't have to. You got to let your eyes see further than where you are, and your start don't have to be your beginning.
It don't have to be your ending.
Yeah, your ending.
I just think that that's amazing, and I see you as a natural connector to our community. People have to follow Harry on his Facebook page, because that's how you're gonna know about these last minute little things that he does, which I've seen sneakers. I've seen baby wipes and sanitizers and boxes of food and just building so many things.
Building connections, like I built a connection with a lot of people, and like I built a connection with Amy Stefanowski. By me building a connection with Amy Stefanowski, she helped me to connect with a lady out in Torrington by the name of Karen Thomas from Friendly Hands, and that right there that connection was able to I was able to bring millions of baby wipes to the city.
I remember that. I remember getting the Facebook page to drive up and come get it.
Yes.
And the great thing is that, to me, what I have seen is that you don't ask no questions.
No.
Like, if you say you need it, you got it, come and get it.
Yeah,
and I think we need more of that.
Yeah, just like with the Wade's Dairy situation, I was able
He's
to
such a great partner, right?
I was able to
Doug.
connect and bring over 2 million pounds of food into the city. 2 million? Yeah, through the pandemic, with the help of Doug Wade and his space. So building connections and just being able to let people know that what's a blessing to me is a blessing for others. So sometimes, I don't ask questions. If you come to any of the things that I'm doing and you come there with open arms, you're going to leave with full arms.
That's amazing. So you said that people can just come and bring their children and the ages. Could you remind our callers, we are here, our viewers, we are here with Harry Bell from Color a Positive Thought organization. He's the president and the founder and just an all-American, all-around humanitarian. How could people, so tell me the ages of the youth that can come to your programs, remind me the address, and can parents come? Can parents help?
Yes. First of all, I like building a relationship with parents, because at the end of the day, I want parents to be able to feel free to have an open door policy and be able to trust what I'm trying to install in our youth. So parents are welcome. Again, you can follow me on Facebook to see what type of programming we do.
Harry Bell, Facebook.
Yes, everything Harry Bell on Facebook. I'm actually starting a summer program in Trumbull Gardens at the community center, working on that as well.
Okay.
And
all that will be on your website.
All that will be on my page, my website. Facebook. They can even contact me. I'm like your average Joe. So you can see me, call me 475-988-5509. Hey, do you have something going on? Shoot me a text. if I got something going on, more than likely I do, I'll send you the flyer, and we can set something up for your child to be a part of. Sometimes I do things just for middle school. Sometimes I do things for high school. So just reach out again, 475-988-5509, and your answer will be answered.
As soon as he can get to it for what
Yes.
he's doing. So I just want to remind our viewers that we do have a call-in section for people that want to talk to Harry, want to ask him a question. The telephone number for that is 203-345-0103. Give us a call, ask him a question. He already knows how great he is, so don't call him to say that. But if you have a question or something like that, or, you know, I have a question before we get any calls. So if people want to volunteer or support the organization in other ways, how can they find out about what needs you might have?
Again, you can follow me at Color a Positive Thought on Facebook, Harry Bell on Facebook, colorapositivethought.org, email, give me a call, 475-988-5509, and your questions will get answered.
So let's talk a little bit about what you see next for you and the works that you're doing in our community.
I'm very spiritual. So I go off of, of the vibe and wherever God is leading me. Sometimes I close my eyes and I walk left without even knowing, and the blessing is there. So I'm very off of, of a spiritual connection, a higher power, that, where if I'm told to do it, it's going to be a bless, because I'm going off of me, not off of me, I'm going off of faith.
So if you had any advice for individuals that have, overcome struggles, what might be your advice to individuals that, and let me tell you that the fight is different for many people, although kind of, addiction and illness was something that other people have other things that are their barriers to move forward, because you've obviously proved that where you started does not have to be where you end. What might be some advice that you would give people that are in that struggle, that maybe even feel, maybe this is a better question, that based on what they felt that they've gone through in their past, that they feel like they're not worthy of making a difference in the community? What advice would you say to them?
Use your pain to gain.
Oh, I like that. Give me some tap for that. Use your pain for gain.
Yeah.
I like that. That's
Yeah.
a good quote. You better coin that, or I might.
Yeah, use your pain for gain. And gain what's next from it. Because, if you could stand, one of my quotes in my coloring book is, if you could stand tall in the dark, you'd be amazed at what you can do in the light. So, if you're fighting every day for years and you still here, there's something greater for you. You just got to keep holding on. So I know things get rough, I know things get hard, but at the end of the day, you have to be consistent and passionate, and understand that people might not see your dream, and it's cool because it's not their dream. I remember when I first started Color a Positive Thought, people used to laugh at me.
Really?
Like selling coloring books in the middle of Trumbull Gardens. I was selling coloring books on the same block where people were selling dope. I remember one time, this lady, she was going to get her fix. She got her fix, came back from the alley, and said, "Hold on, are you the coloring book guy?" I said, "Yes." She said, "Can I get a coloring book for my daughter?"
That makes such a difference, Harry. Let's take this caller. Welcome to Connecticut at your service. Do you have a question for Mr. Bell?
Hi, yes I do. I love everything I've been hearing. I was wondering how I could, or your next event that I could go to so I could help and volunteer with the community. Is there anything coming up soon?
Yes, I have something coming up very soon. You can, shoot me a text. My number is 475-988-5509, and I will give you a date on what's next, and I would love to have you come out there. So let's talk, and let's see where you can fit in on this puzzle, because that's life.
So, caller, you were talking, first of all, what's your name?
My name is Terry.
Hi, Terry. So when you were talking about getting involved, was that like to bring your children or to volunteer?
To volunteer.
Okay, great. So could you share with the caller like what might be different volunteer roles that people could help you with?
Like I said, there are multiple things that, that we all could put all hands on deck. So once she give me a call, and we talk and see what some of her strength is at, and just start connecting the dots from that.
Interest, availability. But I will tell you, I've seen some of Harry's events because I've been there, and there isn't any role too small. I remember coming one time, you were flipping burgers in there. He was making burgers, popcorn, we had the movies, they had juice. Then the kids in between the movie, they played like basketball. So I really do believe that just anyone that wants to lend a hand, that you'll find a way to help them feel like they make a difference in the lives of children. So I want to thank you for that. Caller, did you have an additional question, or did we answer everything?
No, you answered everything. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Terry, and have a great day.
You too.
Okay. So we were talking about what's next. So I know that faith is what drives you. And sometimes when we think like, we got to get this done, but I don't know how I'm going to get it done, and we leave it. But what do you see? Like, what do you hope will be some things that Color a Positive Thought organization will do in the future? Think about money, no object. What are some things that you see that could be something that people can help you make happen?
Resources. Financially is cool. But
they can go to your website for that. Because there may not be enough money ever.
Yeah, but as I said, financially is cool, but at the end of the day, there's a lot of other things that could be done, and where I see the organization adding myself in the next few years or whatever, I just hope that I can keep being a vessel and keep being a blessing to the community in areas from building our youth or just community outreach. However high I go, I just hope I have the resources to be able to.
Which might mean other people, because right now, other than volunteers, you're a one-man show, right?
No, I actually have because we grassroots. Even though people might look at us as a little big, but I still consider myself grassroots. And I do have a team of individuals that help with daily operations as well.
Okay, your ride or dies, right?
Yes.
The behind the scenes people that kind of make it happen.
Yes.
I think that's amazing. And some of the things, so I know that in the summer, you tend to have like a sailing program. And you mentioned that you're going to be trying to do some stuff over at the Trumbull's Community Center, Trumbull Gardens. So are you going to do other movie nights there? What might be some things that you might be doing there?
So I
know they're in the works, but.
So I'm not sure if you know, for these last few months, I done had celebrities come down to do, I have rappers come down to speak on gun violence, youth gun violence prevention.
That's so important right now.
I had some Chicago rappers come down.
Nice.
I had some New York rappers come down. I have some athletes come down from football to basketball to talk about financial literacy. So I do financial literacy a lot. I'm very strong on financial literacy because I have a job training program that I have maybe about 15 kids under me that I partner with different sites, and I pay them a stipend to, stay out of trouble and learn a trade.
So what are some of the trades that they're learning?
Right now I have groundskeeping for a complex. I have a construction company that my buddy run, and he got kids actually going out to and learning different trades through his construction company.
That's amazing. So you do this labor of love on nights and weekends, right? But you work a regular, everyday kind of, this is the job that pays the bill so that I can do what I love. Tell me a little bit about the work that you do in our schools.
I'm a security officer. I've been a security officer for about 7 years. I was at Carriel for 6 of them. I just came to Ribble Cross School, and actually, Ribble Cross is a school that I grew up in. So I'm an alumni of River Cross because
Okay.
I'm from that area that River Cross kids are based on. So, you know, Trumbull Gardens. And I'm born and raised in Trumbull Gardens. Just moved out not too long ago, bought a small little condo next
Okay,
door.
high five for that. Using your financial literacy, education to kind of like make it work for you. And that's the best role model that you could, best modeling ever is for people to see you do it. When they see you do it, they feel like they can do it. So I think that that's amazing.
Yeah, I just like to be what I'm trying to put out there. You know, I'm not really like a talker, like meaning like this is what you do, this is what you do. Even though I could do that, but I'd rather show you through me because if you could see it through me, you could see it in you.
I keep saying it's amazing because all my guests are amazing. So we are here with Harry Bell of Color of Positive Thought. We still have the lines open for just a few more minutes. Harry, so tell me kind of what do you see for you? So you talked about what you see for the organization. What does your future look like?
I know what I want. But again, you know, like I told you, you know, I'm more so what comes is gonna come, you know, like that. But if you ask me what I want I want to be able to, on a higher level, maybe a state level, and be able to put things in play for youth and kids and families across the state of Connecticut.
Okay. Listen, I'm not mad at you. We need more people to stand up in our city.
Yes.
We need more people to, we need more people to believe and support the people that are making the difference,
and
like you, Harry.
not in a political way.
No.
I'm just talking about what I do grassroots, but on a state level or
on different committees or like you being a speaker. Listen, I get it. I get it, and I think that one of the most powerful tools that we have is to be able to share our story.
Yes.
So if you want to get in touch with Harry, you can go onto his Facebook page, you can go onto his website. He gave you his phone number many times. And Harry, I want to thank you for being with us today. And this show is called Connecticut at Your Service, and the whole point of it is to spotlight individuals in our communities that are making a difference every day, not only in the way that they are, but in the way that they serve our children, our families, our communities, our city, and our state.
And we at Color of Positive Thought are at your service.
I love that. See, he's trying to be a co-host. Did you get that? Did you get that? So we are here to support. We're here every Tuesday at 6:30. And you can watch us on Soundview. You can watch us here. And Harry, I just think that just everything that you're doing is making a difference in the world. And if nobody tells you, I'm telling you, you make a difference in this world. And everything that you do for our kids, our community, our city, and our state at every level. So we thank you for joining us, Harry. Thank you for being with us today. Give me a high five.
There we go.
And we are here at Connecticut at Your Service, and we'll be with you next week again.